Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Unscripted Coding. Today, our project is going to be, you guessed it, something done in VR. I have my head attached right now, Oculus Quest 1. And what we're going to do is play around with this piece of software you see in front of you, Gravity Sketch. It is a 3D design tool. You can create objects, design them in 3D, all in virtual reality. So, in theory, you can start creating objects and viewing them around. Now, last week, we already did something with 3D. We uh, designed Bender from Futurama all on a tablet with Nomad sculpt. Now, Nomad Sculpt was useful, user friendly, but at the end of the day, you are trying to create something 3D on a flat piece of hardware. And so naturally, there were 1,000 buttons. There was a struggle, not really a struggle, but a learning curve to try and manipulate the viewpoints to try and get the right angle to see what you need to do. And in theory, if you're designing this in 3D, in VR, where you can walk around and see your 3D object, it should be much more intuitive. And so I wanted to take a look at Gravity Sketch, which is a free application on Oculus Quest, to see how it stacks up with something like Nomad Sculpt. Now, I'm bumping into the Guardian, so first things first, I am going to turn that off. So let me tell you something. It is a really bad idea to turn off Guardian. Bump into all sorts of things, but I'm just going to make sure I am not going to run into anything. The screens look okay. Perfect. And now you guys won't see the red lines. The other kind of cheat I'm doing is I have in front of me on my screens, on my computer screens in this room, basically this web page. I mean, it's Google image search, but just to have a bit of variety, no, reference. I do need to see what I want to build. Not that it's going to look very good, I suspect. And last week we did Bender in a true kind of blind test. I suppose I do Bender from Futurama again. This guy over here. But it's more fun for me to have a bit of variety. And of course, it's not a scientific test anyway. So we're going to be trying to design the robot devil from Futurama in Gravity Sketch. I'm going to be narrating this as I go. I might skip into something, I may just stop talking after a while if necessary. So, first things first, I did run this really quickly beforehand to make sure this all worked, but I am doing this fairly. It's interesting that we're in this really interesting. It's interesting we're in this room because you see advertisements from Oculus, from Microsoft, which they're designing these 3D tools with VR, and obviously they are in a massive warehouse where they can walk around, they can sprint laps around this empty room if they had the space. Now, I don't have that luxury, so you can see I am working in a fairly limited area. This is my computer room, my work room. But even then, I don't have an open space as big as what you see in VR. That is easily, the size of maybe 4 garages. Maybe 3 garages, but it's quite sizable. So part of this is thinking, what if I didn't have that kind of room. They're always looking at the ideal situation where you have a ton of room, and regular people just don't. So we have our two controllers. The joystick is controlling this ball, okay, and a second ball. And if I use the trigger here, oh, I can start drawing. That's pretty cool. And I guess red button is undo. Draw, undo, draw, undo. Color palette? Oh, okay, I see. So the color palette, you can drag up and down for luminosity. And then, of course, you have your color wheel. So if I want, what is the robot double red? It's a little darker, so let's go with this. And I can start drawing. And I can have a bigger canvas, a bigger. Okay, let's see, what is this? It's on the, oh, okay. So what is this? Interesting. Are these just objects? Oh, these are tools. This is the gimbal tool. Oh, that is very cool. Okay, so I use this tool. And okay. Nope. Okay, so this pad over here, the red button, lets you grab items, I think, based on the size of that circle. So if I wanted to grab everything at once, let's say here, I can move these pieces as I want. So let's get rid of these. And when I use the tools here, this is the toolbar. That's when I'm not grabbing anything. I can set a toolbar. Grab this, get rid of it, grab this. Okay, this is already coming pretty intuitive. But let's draw something again. The gimbal tool. Still trying to figure out how do I, maybe I, okay. Okay, it's all in the trigger. That's really useful, okay? This will move it left and right. Wasn't there something else that we could use? Okay. By moving the trigger button, this one, left and right, when I'm holding this tool, I can switch to this one, which I'm familiar with, and we can rotate. I think this is the point, the center point. So you can rotate around a point as well. Okay. So let's get rid of this, get rid of this. What are these? Okay. Okay, I am holding the trigger and it isn't really doing anything. So wonder if, well, not sure what that does. This, I am very curious. What is the point of this? Okay, it's a random rotation, it looks like. That is, I'm not sure what use that is. Banana, oh, okay. So I can move around the room. Okay, I see. That will be useful. I don't know why that's a banana. What is this? Oh, okay. This is eyedropper. So we can get different colors. Paintbrush. Okay, let's say we want to paint it this weird green. Okay, that's self-explanatory. Measuring tape, interesting. Okay, you can get a lot of precision there. That is interesting. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Let's see if I can get rid of these tools. Okay, so just waving it out. This one, is there anything on this side? Nope. Okay, we have our menu, layers, prefabs. So you can put a person right there, reference images, mirror symmetry. We have, okay, let's see, workspace. I don't care too much about that. Okay, here we go. These are the tools. And we can start immediately. So the way I see it is the robot devil is, well, let's take a look. He has kind of a triangular but squarish sort of shape. So it's not quite a pyramid. I wonder if we can draw a plane. Oh, okay. So what can we do here? Nope. So these are planes, completely flat. Can delete it. I think this is duplicating, so that's useful when we want to do two different things. Not sure what that does. I'm clicking this button. It's moving. Okay. So where I'm struggling right now is thinking, what happened to the tools in Nomad Sculpt where we can, say, draw a cube here, and we could start cutting across it. And I don't see that. Maybe that was one of the tools. So I didn't really figure out what this is. Nope. Okay, maybe I was being too hopeful. Swipe that away. Okay. What else do we have? Volume, surface, revolve. So I can always just use stroke or ink and just draw it out entirely, but there has to be a way to get shape the surface. Oh, that's pretty cool. So we can, and that might even be where we start. And I wonder, the delete, oh, what is this? Here we go. So once we hold on to this, we can click the blue button. I think we can start expanding this outward. But this is still a surface, is the problem. I want a 3D object. So convert to, nope. 5 points. Calling. Don't think this is quite right. So, but this is useful. You can get some very creative shapes. I think maybe volume is what we're looking for. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Now we have a 3D kind of shape. We can draw this out. And I can take this, move it around, and edit the points if I have to. And so I can move this around. Square stroke. Okay. Okay. All right, let's start. He has a. Well, let's take a look again at how we do this. So I'm looking at an image of him right now. He has this weird. Let's change our color of red. And yeah, that square stroke. He has this curve. That's not quite the look I'm looking for. Let's go again. He has this curve this way, like so. Then not sure that's the look I'm going for. Maybe I should do it front on. No, I gotta make sure his jaw is so he has pretty straight forehead, but it curves down. Okay. Then let's move it back here. Back here. Like so. Okay. It's not perfect, but we can edit the points. Okay, so find this out. Oh, wasn't there something like a simplify point? You can even delete points altogether. So let's leave him. And move in. I think it has to be lower to match it up. I gotta wonder how you guys see this still on a 2D monitor, because really what I see is something quite 3D. Okay, I really don't like this, so I think I'm just going to start over again. Oh, see, already that looks so much better. We're just going to simplify. No. Just want to move these a little bit forward. That is off. Okay, we're looking at them straight on like this. I think that is looking pretty good. Okay. Now, he has this forehead that juts out a little bit. Let's just go here. Okay, now, oops. Oh, don't really like that. Let's do this all over again. Yeah, my sense of evenness is not perfect. So let's look right down the edge here. Keep it even all around. All right, it's not going to be perfect, but we can still do better. Okay, that's looking a bit better. Okay. No, that's not looking better. Okay, and then he has nose that comes down. Actually start up here and extend out. Okay. Now, he has a jaw that comes down to a point like so. Wonder can have something like that. I'm gonna have to see. So I like working like this better, but you guys don't want to just see me facing away from the camera. So, we had that tool before, didn't we? In which I can change my position. And that didn't really help, so, or did it? Nope. We'll grab this from the other way. Oh, why are you doing this to me? Okay. Let's work at an angle. That, swipe that way. Next piece, he has teeth. And I think we can actually just use the stroke. He had relatively white teeth, but let's not make it perfectly white. Let's go with reflective material. And so we have one. Nope. That's not going to work. Volume. 1, 2, 2, 3. Let's go with something a bit finer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he only has teeth on the top end. We gotta go back to the dropper tool. Get that right back again. Take that out, move aside, and we'll do the volume. And he has these plates on the side to hold his jaw together, which makes sense. They can't just float out of nowhere. And let's add another piece here. Let's add another. And I think just because it's cartoons, they can kind of just close the gap here, but we gotta do our due diligence here. Make sure it's all closed up. How's that looking? Now, next piece, he has, of course, eyes and horn. So first off, let's go with the eyes. They're slightly yellow, even on the orangey side. And we had spheres. So I'm just thinking, yeah, no, too big of an eyeball. Go something smaller. My controllers are just banging up against each other, so. And I remember this over here, that center of it. Okay. And then we had inking to color in pupils. Did he have a goatee? Am I imagining? There's like a little sharper piece of it. So once again, let's get the eyedropper tool. Red. Move this aside. And let's do slight goatee here. Next, we need a slightly yellowy set of, and it will just come out this way, out here. This way, move out here. Okay, this one's not that great. There we have it. I am going to change the color of the backplate. So it needs to be a darker. I think we can't even do this. Okay. Move this aside. Well, I'm not going to go into that much detail, but he has slightly orangey wheel here, wheel here, connect the joints. This one could be a bit larger. Okay, and then he has cylinder torso. So, cylinder, and he has two of them. No. Oh, okay. So if I hold both triggers down, I can start manipulating it. He has kind of a one for his chest, so it's not his full kind of body, fairly close to his head. Oh, I don't like that color. Back with the red. Use the paintbrush. That. Swipe it away. And I think this one needs to move back a bit. And then he has another cylinder for a torso that's slightly smaller. So, this, like so. Back. And then, of course, we need cylinders to kind of connect pieces. So there's his neck. His spine. And let's see. Am I missing anything? I think I am just gonna do 2 quick, I guess, shoulders just to complete the piece. Let's put this one over here. And we can copy it over here. Move it further back. This one, a little further back. Maybe even further. And there we have it. I think I am pretty happy with that. It's not perfect, but we had a lot of tools to play with. If you look at the sculpt compared to Blender, this is not as accurate, certainly. And what I find while doing this is that you don't have that accuracy. Yes, I know they have this kind of measurement tool to tell you exactly how far things are, but you don't have that precision. You're dealing with something a lot larger. You're dealing with tools that, frankly, are a bit more finicky and don't have that pinpoint precision of a pencil. Might just be me, but I feel like this is better for mapping out your ideas. Robot Devil, he looks pretty good as kind of a sculptor, but it doesn't look that close to the Robot Devil in Futurama. So I feel like I'm missing a lot of that ability to move these pieces, make it a little bit. I think the big problem is the points. And when you look at, say, the points, there are too many of them for me to really precisely do it. I suppose if I had a lot of time, I could start manipulating all of these points to make it work. But this ball, the purple right here, just doesn't feel that accurate. And it might be better if I had, a more significant piece of hardware for VR, but it just doesn't feel precise. And I'm going off screen, so let me just move back here. It doesn't feel precise to me. And when I think about Nomad Sculpt, there were buttons all along the top, all along the sides, and even at the bottom somewhere. There were so many tools, and one of the ones I miss a lot is being able to just slice across, to quickly move across this. And I know it's not a fair comparison. I think Nomad Sculpt is meant to be more of a sculpting thing where you can kind of add bits and pieces to the clay to really refine the shape. But just generally, I feel like the tools here aren't as refined, aren't as easy to read. But what tools are there really, like on the few buttons, such as kind of the ink, is really quite awesome to use. I know that it's available here. There's just a handful of buttons. And that might be the other problem, is Oculus was meant not as a productivity thing. They only have a limited set of buttons, and you can't have buttons just all along the top, sides, and bottoms. They really had to pick and choose what's available, and so this paintbrush is available. It's easy to use. It's so intuitive. But yeah, I think it comes down to software. Tablets had so much time to refine it, whereas VR is still relatively new. There's only a handful of these applications, and they're still very, very new. But I do have to say that being able to see this in 3D in front of me, moving it left and right, being able to kind of peek in behind and so on, I think is incredibly useful. And if I was in a place where I had all the room in the world to kind of circle around and look, I would have noticed, hey, there's a gap here between his head and the neck. And so let's fix that up. And being able to circle around and around. So let's straighten that up. It's coming through his mouth now, so, and of course, that's a problem. Okay, kind of close enough. So there we have it. This is Gravity Sketch from Oculus Store. It's free. I do also have to mention that this one's free, so I can't expect it to have the same caliber as Nomad Sculpt. But I had a lot of fun with it, and I think if you are like me, not a whole lot of artistic skill, this one didn't take long at all to learn. It's really, really amazingly intuitive. So, oh, very cool. So they have this, let's do a speed thing as well. So how cool is that? Yeah, I think this is intuitive. This is well worth trying out, but it's not quite mature yet, and that's where the real problem is. The hardware is maybe a bit lacking, maybe not designed with this in mind, and the software is just missing a few pieces here and there. So thanks for watching. By now, I'm sure my hair is completely flat. But if you're enjoying this, and I know that a lot of you are watching these VR videos, I am just exploring what tools are available out there. And 3D sketching is just one of them. If you are looking for more kind of productivity, what can I do on VR other than gaming? Then please subscribe, comment, like. I'm just dipping my toes into this tooling right now. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please like, and leave comments because every little bit counts a lot. Thanks for watching. See you guys next episode.